Music is subjective, and rap music isn't any different. Anybody can really like any type of music that they want. There are so many different kinds and different genres of music that people are bound to like different kinds of music. Sure, like whatever you want, that's all you. So just because I say something's bad does not mean that it's objectively bad. So you can't get mad at me because I know you saw the thumbnail. Rap music especially has really influenced my life, especially artists like Kanye West and Tyler the Creator and Kendrick Lamar. These artists are all pretty unique in their own way. And another big part of their influence from these artists is their storytelling. I consider many rap albums that are storytelling to be genius. These albums just mean a lot to me and are personally some of my favorite albums ever, which isn't really the point, but to me it makes them stand out. And rap albums don't need to be a storytelling album to be a good album. So many albums don't really need that factor of storytelling. But in the recent years, rap music has been pretty washed up and it's turned into something completely different. And it's not necessarily new rap or mumble rap like a lot of people like to say, but specifically artists who seem like they don't do it for the passion of the music. And yeah, you can make the argument that these artists just aren't for me and don't resonate with me. Multiple artists have had their breakout this year through TikTok. Literally anything can go viral on TikTok these days. It's like actually insane. You can take like a voice recording of someone shitting and then upload it to TikTok and it'll be like the most popular sound of all time. So there are two artists that I really have in mind when it comes to this kind of situation. One specifically though had the his song absolutely blew the hell up on TikTok this year, called Magic Johnson was the song name, and the song is ass. Ian is a 19-year-old rapper from Dallas, Texas, and he is just some dude. And I don't mean to hate, but I don't find any of his music appealing whatsoever. And not a lot of people do, but this guy does have some people who actually support his music and think it's good. His song Magic Johnson really, it just makes me squirm. It's really bad. I don't like this song whatsoever. The song has a very similar beat to that one Ken Carson song, which you'll see later, my opinion about Ken Carson. Tyler the Creator did an interview in August, and he supposedly was talking about Ian in one of the parts of the interview, which is not confirmed, but he kind of talks a big thing about meme rap and how people, you know, make meme rap. In Ian's case, he's kind of just trying to sound like other artists and rappers, which is probably the biggest problem with his music. Now, I would know a little about making a joke song for the sake of chasing the bag. But that one song that I made, I wasn't really trying to sound like anybody else. It was simply a joke, and it was a joke because it was just the sake of doing it. I wasn't trying to sound like anybody else. I was just simply making a joke song with a rap flow to it. Yeah, and if people want to make meme rap, who cares? Who cares? Let them make money. That's not a problem. I didn't make any money. The biggest problem is don't try to be or sound like somebody that you aren't. Don't try to be someone else. And yeah, this song isn't good, but it's definitely better than... NetSpend is another new TikTok rapper who is even younger than Ian, being 17 years old. It seems like there are so many people trying to be people they're not, with Ian and now NetSpend. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather listen to Ian. NetSpend has his own Lyrical Lemonade video for this one song called Swag, and it might quite possibly be the worst song I've ever listened to. It has the most unoriginal, unenjoyable, flat out disgusting, grotesque, nasty rapping performance on honestly a weird but kind of decent beat. But it doesn't matter because NetSpend's performance on the song is terrible. He pitches up his voice in the songs that he makes and it is so terrible and horrible to listen to. And as much as I don't like Magic Johnson, I really don't like that song, I would rather listen to that than listen to any song made by NetSpend. In his defense, NetSpend has been very, very clowned on by the internet for a decent amount of time now. But there also seems to be genuine appreciation for him somewhere out there. I've seen it. It's weird because his music is horrible. You'd think a kid who is 17 years old making music, yeah, there's probably room to grow and make, you know, better music. But will he improve? Tyler the Creator was 18 or 19 when he first dropped Bastard. This album isn't that great, in my opinion, with a couple exceptions of songs I actually like. But he also had a vision for how he wanted this album to be. He had this kind of storytelling aspect to it, which I'm a sucker for storytelling. But it's not even that, it's just the fact that he had an idea for what he was doing with this album. So is it really fair to say that NetSpend won't get better over time? Well, his debut album is called Badass F***ing Kid. Oh yes, he really is a bad kid with songs like Skipping Class. Oh, how I would not want to be in the presence of NetSpend. I tried to listen to this album for the video, but I really just can't. I don't think it's good, but who knows, there's a chance that he can mature. So, we never know where he's gonna go. But for now, his music is trash. Opium. When people think of mumble rap, a lot of people think of Playboy Cardi, and now Ken Carson. Both signed to the same record, Opium Records, with the exact same sound. Starting with Ken Carson, getting this one out of the way, I don't really enjoy his music at all. I think Ken Carson is a lot more enjoyable of an artist than Ian or NetSpend, but I also don't find myself really going back to any Ken Carson songs ever. It's really not my cup of tea. With a few exceptions of 2 songs, a few as in 2, I like Yale and I like Sydney Sweeney. I think Sydney Sweeney especially is a pretty good song. I actually like that one. Other than that, I cannot name another Ken Carson song. I don't really enjoy Ken Carson's music. I think it's a little corny. I do have a lot more respect for Ken Carson compared to the other artists I was talking about. I don't like his music. What I actually really want to talk about is Playboy Cardi. Now, I know this video is about bad rap music, or whatever this video is called, but I like Playboy Cardi. So why would I be putting him in a video where I talk about music that I don't like? I enjoy a decent amount of Cardi's music. I actually think he's a pretty decent artist, and I like his features a lot too. Well, the reason I'm talking about him is because I think he's the most frustrating, annoying, like, terrible person artist ever. Playboy Cardi has been teasing his album I Am Music all year. He said he was going to drop it in January, and he did not. He said he was going to drop it 10 more times. He did not. He's been making people wait for his music for so long now that it's just not, like, fair to people. He hasn't dropped an album in 4 years as of, like, 3 days ago, and he just doesn't seem to care for people who are waiting for his music. I wasn't lining up to listen to I Am Music. I really wasn't. I don't care for Cardi enough to, I mean, I was probably gonna listen to it, but I wouldn't care enough to care, but other people do. And it's like, he's almost a 30-year-old man. He's a grown man trying to pull off some mysterious vibe when nobody cares. People are already getting mad. People are getting very mad. You're a grown man. Stop with the mysterious persona. You're not mysterious. Being only a couple days away from 2025, it is safe to say we are not getting this album, even though there's a song on it called 2024. Here is what you've probably been waiting for if you saw the thumbnail. 2 artists in particular that you might have not liked that I put on here. Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which first, rest in peace to both of these artists. No disrespect. Their music is not good. And just because they currently are not living doesn't make either of them legends. Doesn't make their music anything very extraordinarily good or special. And I just don't enjoy their music. When Spotify Wrapped came out this year, kid in my second period, he said that his top 2 artists were Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion, and it was really hard to contain myself. Starting with XXXTentacion, I've never, ever enjoyed a single song by this artist, especially not the song Look at Me. This song is horrible. I've stood on this opinion for such a long time. My feelings about these 2, especially him, I really don't like his music. I think his music is aggressive and not charming, and it's boring. I don't really have anything else to say about him. That's really all I have to say. I don't like his music that much at all, and that's really it. And last is Juice WRLD. So I do have a little bit more to say about this one in particular. Right off the bat, I think Juice WRLD's music is corny. I think his music is just kind of like an emo, corny vibe, and I don't like it, and it's not my kind of music at all. And we could just end it at that. We could just end it at I don't like his music. But I do think he's kind of talented compared to the other artists I've talked about. His ability to freestyle for an hour is very impressive in my opinion, and while I don't like his music in the slightest, he seems like he actually had a passion for music. Despite a lot of the other rappers I talked about, he seemed a lot more genuine and he seemed like he actually had talent. Anyway, to wrap this up, here's some other rappers I don't like. Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd's flow and rapping ability is not great. His songs are also annoying, and he has such a weird ego while also being just a weird dude in general. Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow's music is not good in my opinion. I don't like any song he's ever put out. His song Loving on Me is probably one of my least favorite songs of all time. I remember when that song was trending. I hate this song. 6ix9ine. Do I really need to say anything? Drake. Okay, I don't hate Drake. I just don't like a lot of his music. I also am on Kendrick's side. Drake has released a lot of songs I actually do like. He has a good, decent flow. I just don't like his voice, and I don't like a lot of the rap songs that he puts out. So I put him here. His voice, Anyway, yeah, that is my thoughts about the current state of rap music. Trippie Redd, more like Trippie Blue. I could not think of a joke to end this video like I usually do.